Welcome to this very special edition of the KJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through their industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have Yana Bassovitch. She is a integrative health consultant specializing in helping women executives over 40 achieve their health goals. And with a focus on intuitive eating and understanding food behavior, her approach integrates scientific insights with practical lifestyle changes. Welcome to the show, Yana.
Hello, guys. Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to India in this online form, Yana. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the globe will benefit from what we are going to talk right now. As said, we'll be talking about health mastery for busy women, especially over 40, and to achieve their health goals. But before this, let's understand a bit about you, your journey, your background, Yana, so that the audience learns a bit more about who they are listening to.
Happy to. My name is Yana Bassovitch, and I'm an integrative health consultant. As already mentioned, I work with women executives to achieve their health goals. Before that, I was working for 10 years for high tech companies, you name it, from Apple to Cisco. VeriSign was one of my first ones. And then as a woman approaching a certain age, 40 plus, you're going into your executive level positions. And then this is where it starts. It starts with body being in a different hormonal space, body being disbalanced. But you have a very stressful job and you come home, you have to attend to your husband, you have to attend to your kids, and it's difficult. So not only you are stopping of being active on all of the fronts, you also feel different. You can't fall asleep at night. You are having digestive problems. And then it goes on and on and on. 45 plus 50, you're entering menopause. And this is hot flashes, and this is brain fog, joint pain. And you're sitting in a big room with men, and all of a sudden they see you have your face flashed up, and everybody is saying, what did just happen? It's a hot flash. So we need more education about what happens to the body. We need to have education what to eat, what's going on, how to approach certain foods. Are we hungry at all? So, with my program in the intuitive eating and food behavior that I created, it took me actually 8 years to create the program. I approach those things. I help women being healthier. I help them lose that inflammation that it's created during perimenopause and menopause. And all of the other aspects I mentioned going easier, including your blood tests.
Right, right, Yana. So I want to understand for a lot of generally, women and have been seeing this from ages, and they have this wisdom. Why is it so special about executives? People who are working. Other women are also working. Is it that uh, women executives who are 40 plus, they are not able to look at themselves? Is it because they are so busy? How they can prepare themselves for this stage when they are, say, in the early 30s or something, or 35 plus, and when they know that this time will come? Like men also, they have their own way of looking at the 40s. They also have to prepare. Why is it so different? And for women, how should they start planning for it? As they say, prevention is better than cure.
That's a very good question because I interview women executives now for my book, which is coming up. And this is the first question. Why is it so difficult for women executives maintain their health? A lot of women answer this question in a different way. First of all, it's stress. Second of all, they put themselves last. They put the work first and then they're last. They can't find time. They are swamped with work. They the importance of what they are doing at work. is number one priority, unfortunately. And then after a certain period of time, they feel guilty at home because they didn't spend time with their family and kids. And this is what I hear all the time. The same goes for men, even though they are in a different scheme of things. And we're not going to touch base the men. We're here with the women, supporting them and educating them. So you also mentioned, how do they prepare for that kind of next step? Education. That's what I'm trying to bring, and this is what I'm with my program also. You have to understand that 40 plus is a different hormonal balance in women's bodies. Longevity now is much longer than it used to be. Let's say 100 years ago, 40, 45 was also the end of life. Now we live all the way 90, 90 plus. So the body was not created to live such a long time, but we have amazing education, we have amazing healthcare, hopefully, and the body lives longer. Therefore, it creates those kind of more difficult periods for women's bodies, which is perimenopause and menopause. Educated, being educated, read about it, go to seminars, coaching. This is all very helpful when you are in that kind of period of time, being prepared and knowing what to expect.
Right, right, Yana. So what are the few things that one has to change? Especially you talk about, nutrition in terms of fitness. How should they approach this? Suppose someone wants to get started. Either they are in their 35 or something, or they have reached touch 40 and they want to get started. What is the best way to do so?
uh, with my experience with my program and with my clients, I wanted to say that the restrictions and diets, they do not work, and they never will, because the brain is not wired this way. The brain likes it easy, the brain likes it proactive, and saying, if today you're stopping eating all of the bread that you eat, it's going to work short term, you're going to lose weight and you're going to gain it back again. So, first thing is intuitive eating and food behavior is eat when you're hungry. If you wake up in the morning and you feel like you're super hungry, that means that the body is ready to eat for fuel. If you're waking up in the morning and your last meal was 1 a.m. at night, are you hungry? Do you feel hungry? No, you just eat because you used to eat, it's a habit, or you just sometimes that's the time frame when you have your breakfast. You have to listen to your body. That's the number one. And uh, and the second big thing is, let's say you eat and you scroll through your phone, or you watch TV, or you do some other activities within eating. So what happens is the brain doesn't register the food. So in other words, you eat for your brain. You eat from being active somewhere else. You don't register what you ate, and then all of this inflammation happens for the brain not to register the food that you ate. So those are two big things in the intuitive eating and food behavior. Three, actually: no restrictions, not eating, just eating. Eating and scrolling is wrong. Eating and watching a TV is wrong. And eat when you're hungry, when your body really needs fuel. Like a car, you fuel it up with gas when it's empty, when the tank is empty. When the tank is full, can you push the mechanism in it? No.
Right, right, Yana. So you talked about eat when hungry. If
Mm-hmm.
I get up and eat and I feel hungry, say at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock,
Yes.
what do I eat? Because at 9 o'clock, again, my body will say, listen, it is time for your breakfast. So at 6 o'clock, you don't have a meal. So what do you eat? Do you have only something and push off your hunger for some more time till your normal routine comes in? or you eat something else? How what is this intuitive eating at that point in time?
That's a very good question. So you wake up and you're not hungry. Don't eat. You wake up in the morning and you are hungry. Just eat. So there is a period of time when the satiation happens and the body feels full, which is 20 minutes after you had food. So here's another thing that is important. You have to understand for your body mass index, for your height, for your waistline size, how much do you usually have to eat to maintain your healthy weight per day? That's a whole lesson I can teach here. So, in the morning, you usually have fuel and you eat when you're hungry, and those foods have to be low glycemic index. So, what's low glycemic index is you don't spike your sugar with the food. So, usually, when you eat something like, say, a pastry in the morning with coffee, your sugar goes dramatically up and then it goes dramatically down. So, at 1 p.m., when the most productive thing is happening, it's the middle of the day at your work day, all of a sudden you feel tired, you have no energy, this is because you had the pastry, and the pastry completely got your blood sugar up and dramatically dropped down. So that's the feel. In the middle of the day, ladies, if you feel tired, that's the food you ate. It would be a very nice thing to look up low glycemic index foods and start using that kind of thing, the knowledge and the foods that you read about in the morning. That's kind of what you eat for the morning. And if during lunch, again, you're not hungry, don't eat. You will have the time, the period of your day when you are hungry. If it's twice a day, perfect. If it's 3 times a day, perfect. But eat when you're hungry. That's a big rule.
That's the big rule. In terms of, health, again, in terms of food, what should be the expectation? One of the big challenges with some women could be that, and for men also, nobody wants to go beyond 40. And at least nobody should say them that, listen, you seem to have touched 40 or something like that. Everybody wants to look or feel at least 25 or maximum 30. Nobody wants to feel the present age. They want to always feel, the young age. And that it might be the expectations that several women can also have. How should they manage these expectations? Should they push themselves towards, keeping themselves in that sort of a zone through whatever medical intervention or food habits, not eat, keep your, keep as be as thin as possible. Sometimes pressure can be like that, either because of peer pressure or maybe your self created pressure. How should they, what should be their expectation, what should be their goal in terms of, okay, this is what I should look like, this is what I should feel like? What do you suggest here, Yana?
That's an interesting question. Look at Bollywood. Look at Hollywood. Are there any old looking people? No, everybody wants to look young. That's the trend now, right? Even though they're trying to, Sarah Jessica Parker likes to have a little gray hair in her bunch. But that's all going into, again, longevity. We're living much longer time. But 50 years ago or so, it was very popular to say, you are what you eat. And that's true. So you look accordingly to what you eat, how you eat, and the inflammation is a big deal because overeating and eating when you're not hungry, eating the foods that are, not of the kind that the body is used to or the body is prone to digest, is the inflammation. So inflammation is actually the weight gain. And every 8 to 10 pounds is one size down. And believe it or not, you do look younger. So food is one thing that you do. Another thing is exercise. Nobody said that you have to go to the gym for 5 hours a day and kill yourself there. You have to do whatever you can for a period of time and actually um, train the brain a little bit more to exercise to become stronger. For women 40 plus, it's important to have resistance exercise, some weights, because decline of estrogen brings bone density. So the bones become weaker. Teeth, that's also a part of the bone density. So do whatever you can, do whatever you can start with to build that stamina, to build that, to burn the cortisol, to feel good in the morning. So if there is exercise in the morning, you also come fresh to your meetings. You come fresh to the wherever you go, right? And also, there's another thing, people, and we are social. We need to meet someone. So, what if in the morning you exercise so good, or you just leave fresh and happy, and somebody gives you a compliment? Oh, you look amazing today. You look younger. You lost weight, huh? That gives you another boost of stamina, and you bring to the workplace another attitude, another happy moment that you share, because they're saying a healthy executives makes healthy decisions.
Right, right, Yana. What's the role of the family here? Say, someone, male member, husband, partner, or children. What is it that they can do for such executive women who are busy, who have got power careers, and they know that okay, this is important for their mom, their wife, and partner, and that they want to help. How they can help here, or should they just remain silent and just be there?
It could go multiple ways. Remain silent is one option, or um, lucky, whoever is lucky to have a love of your life and supports you all the way and sees things, because in a good relationship you don't need to tell much. They see that you came tired or grumpy from work and there's no dinner. It could be that that partner of yours would just call up the delivery and say, hey, we need this and that, and dinner is ready, or has extra half an hour instead of sitting and watching stocks, could prepare a little dinner. All it takes is a little something, a little salad, or just to feel together and decompress from a difficult work, or sometimes from the airport. I've seen a friend of mine, the husband comes from the airport and the wife is there. No, I'm just not attending those meetings in the evening. Cancel them. I'm picking up my husband from the airport. Those little gestures, we long time forgot how it works, right? Giving some little here and there, and the body language, the emotional support, doing little things here and there. All it takes is little things. Big things are, happens, thank you. Doesn't happen, then you ask for help.
Right, right, Yana. A lot of people nowadays talk about resilience,
Mhm.
willpower. You say that willpower doesn't exist. What is the context you want to say here?
I like that you read about this part. Yes, that's one of my favorite scientists, Robert Sapolsky. He has 14-hour book about that. And he also doesn't believe that willpower doesn't work. In his book, and I actually read it and I base it over his study. So it's a lot of components. It's where you grew up, what kind of circumstances you lived in, what your parents and genetically, how you, what are you prone to, predisposition to different things, the climate, the closeness to your family, your mom. So all of those things, they bring you into a certain structure. And that structure mostly builds you as your stamina versus strong will or the appetite for all of those things. Those are coming within your predisposition, how you were raised, where you're from, the circumstances now, what kind of experience you have. So 40 plus, you have 40 years of experience, right? So where did you live before? How it, where are you living now, and what are you doing, and how it shapes you up, and those are all your internal superpowers. And it's connected with the strong will, but it's not exactly what it is.
Absolutely. There's much to learn and understand about these things from you, Yana, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to learn more from you, learn more about how you do things, be your client. What is the best way for them to do so?
I would be happy to have a free consultation or free talk, or just shoot it out there and we'll talk. So my website is it's time to pause.com. So we are mostly talking about perimenopause and menopause and much more actually. But this is the name of the website. It's time to pause.com.
Wonderful. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAG Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you guys. Have a wonderful, what do you have time wise?
9:54 in the evening.
In the evening. Oh, almost 10 p.m. Okay, wishing you a good night.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye.
Bye.